Up to now, we learned a lot about Tanbour, how to hold it, the main plectrums, the materials that you use, and the tuning. And by the way, the last topic is the methodology that we are going to use in the next 2 months together to play the very first melodies, very first song. Hello, welcome to this course. My name is Hadi Najafi and I'm planning to teach you how to play Tanbour in 2 months. Stay with me for 2 months and you will be able to play the oldest, well, let's say one of the oldest musical instruments in the history of human beings. And that's called Tanbour. Tanbour is the Tanbour that I have in my hand is a Kurdish Tanbour. And it has over 6,000 years of history in the melodies, maqams, and its musical repertoire. This is impressive. If you want to learn how to play the more than 1,000 years old song and maqam, stay with me. How to play how to hold the instrument, the main plectrums that you need to learn, the tuning of the instrument, and the last point that is basically very interesting for you, the first sounds that you can produce with Tanbour and how to produce it. So let's get started. Just let me pick up my tuner and then I will be with you. Yeah, there we are. So what is Tanbour? Tanbour, the Tanbour that I'm holding, I have and I'm showing to you right now is a very old Tanbour. I mean, not this one, but the history of this Tanbour is really old, more than 6,000 years old, based on the ancient monuments found in Babylon and also in Iran. This type of Tanbour is mainly played in the western part of Iran, in Kermanshah, in Kurdistan, and some parts of Turkey and also Iraq. It's pretty old. Mainly it is played in different ceremonies. Nowadays, it is more out of that circle. But primarily, this instrument has been played for the past 1,000 years by a group of people in Western Iran and in the east of Iraq and Turkey and also some parts of Syria by Yarsan or Alevis. But right now, it's coming out of that shell. And it's becoming more and more outside of that comfort zone. And more people are getting to know these spiritual songs and melodies, meditative practices that you can get some peace and meaning from the songs. What I will tell you about this instrument is not only an instrument. It's an instrument that you can express your feelings freely. It's a simple, but still complicated. Simple in terms of technicality, complicated in terms of spirituality. So if you are the kind of person who is interested in this kind of videos, this is where you should be. And probably that's why YouTube is recommending this to you. About the whole structure of Tanbour, it's made of wood and some strings, metallic strings, and there are some different parts of the instrument I will introduce to you step by step. The wood of the instrument, mainly it is walnut or mulberry, mainly, but there are some other materials that are used, some other trees that are used in this kind of instrument that I will write it down in the description of this video that you can check it out. If you think there is something else, if you have a question, write me in the comment. The whole structure, there is the neck or fingerboard with 14 frets originally. There are the pegs. There is the upper bridge. There is the lower bridge. There is we call it simgir or the string holder. And there is the bowl and the surface or the body of the Tanbour. Originally, this instrument had 2 strings, But right now in my instrument, you can see it, there are 3 strings. But originally this instrument had 2 strings. Just recently, less than 50 years ago, the third string has been added to this instrument, and that basically adds more volume. This is not extraordinary or a revolution in the instrument, but it's just adding more volume and more sound. That's it. The first 2 strings, these two, the silver color or the metallic strings, they are paired notes. They will be played with the same note, with the same frequency, and those are actually the strings that you hold the left. The left hand, if you are right-handed, on the frets, and the third string is basically vachan, or is open. So normally you don't put any position on the third string. This is the whole structure of the tanbour. Next step is to tell you how to hold the instrument. How to hold the instrument. So to hold the instrument, normally you sit on the chair, you need to sit on the sofa, or you sit on the ground, right? That's how originally and traditionally the instrument is played. But right now I'm sitting on the chair. I have a foot holder. You can have one, you can buy one if you want to. If not, you can just put your foot on top of each other, crossing each other, and then you can hold the instrument easier. But right now I have this holder, or the step under my feet. So I use that one so that I have more space upper toward my body. So how to hold the tanbour? When you want to hold the tanbour, if you are right-handed, you can apply the same concept to the left-handed people. Only thing you need to remember is, if you are left-handed, you need to ask your musical instrument maker to basically produce the instrument customized to your condition for the left-handed people. So in this video, I'm right-handed. I play the main plectrums with my right hand, so I will explain everything for the right hand, but you can apply the same concepts to the left-handed people. You put the bowl on between your right thigh and right arm, or forearm, let's say. So the bowl of the instrument comes and sits gently on your right thigh, and your right hand comes on top of it and hugs the instrument, right? This is a hugging instrument. This is a word that I really love, hugging instrument. So don't try to feel like this is part of your body, not something external object. You put your arm around the instrument on top of the bowl, in the end part of the bowl here. You put it here, where almost the end part of your forearm comes and stands on the end part of the bowl, and you can see that this is how you hold the instrument. It's a lightweight instrument. It's not too heavy, but most of the weight of the instrument is supported or held by the right arm and the right foot, right thigh. So your left hand is free to move alongside the fingerboard or the neck to hold the positions. Sometimes you need to play some fast songs, so your left hand should be free to move easily. This is how you hold it. In the next steps, if you stay with me, you will learn how to play the main plectrums, right hand, right and left, and also ris. But at this stage, the next step to hold the instrument is the left hand. So the left hand, basically, as you want to shake hand with someone, very naturally. Keep this in mind. In holding any sort of instrument, your body must be in its most natural position. You don't have stretches in your muscle. You don't have stretches or pressure on your bones or joints. You need to be relaxed. This is an instrument that you do meditation with. Many people do meditation with. So you need to be really relaxed. When you close your eyes and you are playing the instrument, you need to feel at peace with the instrument. So the left hand comes up as if you want to shake hands with someone, and you put the neck in the intersection between your fingers and your palm in this area here, right? Gently. You don't bend your wrist. You hold it straight, no twist, just right straight. Okay? So you bring up, you put the neck of the instrument in the intersection, as you can see here, and then you put the big finger just gently on top of the neck without any pressure, just like this, right? As if I'm shaking hand with someone. You can see it. And then to put the fingers on the frets, you put the finger right behind each fret. You don't put it too far away. You don't put it right on top of it. You just put it right behind the fret. And you bend your fingers from the 3 joints you have in each finger, right? Like this. I hope you can see it. I don't have much facilities here to support the videos, unfortunately. And if I put out my instrument, the neck, this is what you see in my hand, in my left hand. Okay? So this is how you hold the instrument. Right hand, left hand, very relaxed. No position yet, no plectrums yet. This is how you hold it. The next step is to what? To play the song. But to play a song or to play a melody or a line, you need to know what are the basic plectrums in Tanbour. So basically, mainly you're lucky because you don't have that many basic structured plectrums. We have only 3. I will teach you only 2 in this session. The third one will be in another video. The 2 main plectrums are right and left. How you play right? You put all the tip of your fingers of the right hand in one line. You see here? In one line. They should be in one line because they must touch the strings at the same time. And how you play the right is from the top to the bottom of the instrument. So all the 4 fingers will touch the strings at the same time. Where you play will you do the plectrums? Normally, the whole spectrum from the lower bridge up to the throat of the instrument. This part we call it throat, is basically where you can do the plectrums. But as a structured way to start, let's say you play the plectrums in this section, the galui or the throat of the instrument, the intersection between the fingerboard or the neck and the bowl. This part is where you normally play your plectrums mostly, but sometimes you do it here next to the kharak or the bridge, or in the middle. So there are different styles, but just keep it in mind. You do it here from up to down, okay? And you don't bend your hand. You don't do that. Just straight. You get help from your wrist and your arm a bit, but not too exaggerated, right? From the top to the bottom. This is right plectrum. And then the next one is the left plectrum. The left plectrum is done with different fingers, but here as a standard practice, let's keep it the first finger. By the way, how we number the fingers? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the number of the finger. Also for the left hand applies the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is a plus in the book that I'm going to introduce you in a shortly. So from the bottom to the top, from this part with this part of the soft part of the first joint of the first finger, from the bottom all the way, it touches all the strings, not only one, all of them. Right? This is how you do it. From bottom to the top. From bottom. Okay? So, right plectrum, top to the bottom. Left plectrum, bottom to the top. And if you hold your other finger, you don't need to play this now. It will come soon. Up to now, we covered most of the basic information that you need to start playing a song or a line or something on Tanbour. Very simple, right? Stay with me. It will be even easier soon. So these are the main topics. The next topic and very most important topic is the tuning of the Tanbour. How do you tune Tanbour? It's very easy. There are two main tuning for Tanbour. One of them is the fourth interval and the other one is the fifth interval. I hope that you know the theory of music, you know do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si. Here we use do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si. We don't say A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever. Mainly you hear from me more and more do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si rather than A, B, C, D, E, F. I'm more comfortable with that and that's how I do it. But sometimes I give you the equivalent, but it's very important that you know the basics of theory of music, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, and etc. So, how to tune Tanbour? First, you need a tuner, whether a digital one like this, something different, or an application on your phone, but it's very essential to have a tuner. There are many different styles. This is what I bought for my guitar, but you can use the same, which is for guitar. I mean, any type of tuner. You can find a bunch of them online. It's easy, or in any musical store you can find one. So I will put it on. I will make sure that I will put it in a way that you can see the notes here. Let me check. I want to tune my instrument. So there are many different basic tuning. The fundamental and the foundation of tuning of Tanbour is the first two strings. The third one will be tuned based on the first two ones, right? So the first two ones can be different tunings. Can be sol, sol diez, la, si, maximum. Because in Tanbour, basically in most of the Tanbours that I had and I have, I really cannot tune them more than C note, or in English notation it's B note. These two ones. So I personally like to tune it La or A. So I will try to do it La. Right now I think it is around G, as you can see. Now it's green. Now is what I want, La. Then the second, this is the first string, this is the second string. Then I will tune the first and second string exactly the same note. I have some nail here in the first, as you can see. When I'm tuning the first string, I hold my finger like this on the other two strings so that I don't touch them and doesn't affect my tuning. So I will do it one by one, right? This is the first one, A, then the second one. Now both of them are La, A, and then the third string is important here. How we tune the third string? So, like I mentioned, there are two main tuning in Tanbour: koke barz and koke tarz. What is koke tarz? I come from the end. What is koke tarz? Koke tarz means tarz tuning. That's how we call it in Kurdish. But you can use the English version, interval 4. Interval 4. What is interval 4? When we call about interval or the distance of the notes, we say 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And what is 1, 2, 3, 4? It is the distance between notes. If we have La here, which you have A, then you have A, B, C, D. That is fourth interval or fourth distance. The fourth distance from La or A is Re or D. No? So I will tune the last string as D or Re. So let me check. As you can see, you do it as long as it is green, right? Now it's green. Yeah, it's difficult a bit. It's green now. It's not completely tuned, but we need to a bit adjust it because these three strings need to produce a harmonized tune. Yeah. Now is Re. It is D exactly. How to check it if you are tuned or not? Basically, frets, we number it. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 14. Okay, I have some more frets here. Just ignore that because that's my personal taste. Normally, you receive a tanbour with 14 frets, and that's more than enough for you. Because all the maqams, all the songs are played in those 14 frets, right? How to check it? Fret number 5 and 12 can give you a good checkpoint. Fret number 5 basically is the same note as the open string. You see, you hear the sound? Almost the same sound. So this is kuke panj. We call it kuke panj. That means panj means 5. 5 tune, 5th tune. That means the 5th fret or the 4th interval or 4th distance. And then there is another tuning for tanbour. This is the kuke bars or the higher tuning. The literally meaning of the word by word. Bars in Kurdish means high. Okay, kuk means tuning. Kuke bars means higher tuning or the 5th interval. What will we do? Right now we are in the 4th interval. So we had A. So we had A, B, C, D. D, A, B, C, D. This is the 4th interval. And then the next interval, the next distance, the next note for the 3rd string will be 5th interval. So we will D. Right now we need E. So if I change this one note higher, that's why we call it bars. That will become kuke bars or the higher tuning or the kuke haft or the 7th tuning. There are several different names for this, but you can keep it as 5th distance. As you can see, right now we are E. Checkpoint. Fret number 2 and number 7. That's why we call it kuke haft or 7th tuning. It's approximate. So, up to now, we learned a lot about Tanbour. How to hold it, the main plectrums, the materials that you use, and the tuning. These are very important concepts. So if I want to give you and by the way, the last topic is the methodology that we are going to use in the next 2 months together to play the very first melodies, very first song. In the beginning of the video, you saw this. And this is the book that we are going to use. Sad Dars Sad Dars literally in English means 100 lessons. So this is so far the best source of education and teaching Tanbour methodology. It is written by Ali Akbar Muradi. He is I had the honor to be his student, and I am his student still, a lifetime learner. I am always a student. In this book, you have 100 lessons, all the way from the very basic topics, all the way to the very complicated maqams. I would recommend you to buy this book. If you don't have it, write me in the comment. I will help you to find one. You can write me an email. There is in the description of the channel. I have a couple of them at hand. If you are in Europe, in the US, wherever you are, I can send you one. So as you can see, there are several different topics about the notes and stuff. And in this book, which I will teach you in the next session, because this video will be too long. In the next session, I will teach you how to use the book. And you will learn your first lesson of Tanbour in the next session. So stay with me. Don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video, you can share it with the people that you think they might be interested in this topic in Tanbour. I'm very happy to get support from you, and I really appreciate that. Let's stay in touch. If you have any questions, write me in the comment. I will make sure that you will receive an answer, whether on the comment or I might be making a video. If you like a specific song, write me down in the comments. I will try to make a video to teach that song for you. I wish you all the best. Practice these lessons and you will receive the next video next week. Have a good one.